Today we're celebrating the power and strategy of fighting games with the Grappler. This countdown is sure to grip you. Wink! In all seriousness, we have another 10 games and 10 characters to rank. What makes a character a grappler is the emphasis on getting in close enough for a grab or a command grab, which does a lot of damage. The characters are usually slow, and while there are a few exceptions, don't have long-range moves. As a counterbalance, they can have more health and or defense, which gives them what they need to slowly get close. The faster grapplers can often be called pseudo-grapplers, and while I didn't distinguish between the two here, it's worth noting the distinction up front. With that out of the way, I want to explore the characters whose art is close combat and usually wrestling moves. My rules are: number 1, none of these are one of my main characters. Number 2, I spent about 45 minutes, 10 or so, in training mode. And number 3, ranked not just on their grapples, but overall playstyle and how fun they are. With that out of the way, let's go. Number 10, Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising, La Diva. La Diva's a grappler and a performer with a strong love of, well, love. Her moves sport such names as Leg Drop of Adoration and Ultimate Devoted Body Slam. When she can get in her throws, she does good damage, and she has more health, so she can afford to be a bit more patient and wait for her moment to use them. She is strongest when pushing her opponents into the corner, and will take advantage of mistakes. By contrast, she's also slower and will not always win in the battle of footsies. If you apply enough pressure, she can be overwhelmed. Just don't make a mistake. Haha! For these reasons, I've rated her at number 10. Number 9, Guilty Gear Strive, Potemkin. He's a big robot with surprisingly good range and some good moves to get him close. Special move Potemkin Buster does massive damage when it hits and has a fast startup. This being as good as it is creates a great strategy of working your way towards this move. He can also handle jumpers with Heat Knuckle, where he basically grabs them out of the air. I also really enjoy that he has a long-distance quake ability where he just falls over and causes a quake. He's slow and doesn't have a dash, though some of his abilities have forward movement. If you can get them to come to you, that'd be ideal, but if not, you're going to want to work your way in so you can do the damaging attacks. Due to this, I've rated him number 9. Number 8, King of Fighters 15, Shermie. Like Iori, Shermie's another of the 4 heavenly kings of Orochi. Her grapple style is more agile and quick-based mix of acrobatics and wrestling. Her reach is good and she can get in quick to grab, particularly her Shermie whip where she flips over and grabs them with her feet. Has nice range and can be quite unexpected. A lot of her throws seem to end with the opponent across the screen, so it's tough to build on that, plus she lacks some defensive options. With her, it's basically a trade-off of fast, easier to perform grapples, but it's missing some of the higher damage she gets from being able to continue into a combo. This is why she's number 8. Number 7, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Android 16. Oh, he's fun. He has grapples, of course, but in true Dragon Ball fashion, he also has ki blasts, so he can still hit from afar when needed. He has a run and grab, so he can bridge distances quickly and isn't as slow as some of the others. His moves are quarter circles, forward grapples on the ground, backwards, he grabs them out of the air. So he has great anti-air. It's really satisfying when you can manage to grab them and throw them around. He has specific trajectories for his grabs, and if you misread where the opponent is going to be, you'll often whiff a throw and wind up being punished. Combat is fast, and this game is about being all over the map, both in the air and on the ground, so it's easier to misread than some of the other games. This is why he's number 7 on this list. Number 6, Garou, Mark of the Wolves, Tzok. Tzok, the Griffin, is another Mexican professional wrestler. His neutrals are good, as are his pokes. Often I found I could use his range to his benefit, as far as keeping the opponent back. If you could get close, he has a range of grapples at his disposal. What's nice is his air-to-air is good, which suits his Griffin persona. The strategy would be to use your neutral to induce a block and then get close for a grapple, which requires patience and learning how the opponent is going to attack. Many grapplers make use of this strat, of course, but it appears to be his main one, unless I'm missing something in his playstyle. He has a few attacks that are very unsafe. His Olympus over, where he jumps forward and elbow drops down, will feel like the right move in some cases, but then you wind up getting blocked and punished for it. Sometimes I swear a grapple should have landed, but it didn't, so these are the reasons I chose to make him number 6. Number 5, Under Night in Birth 2, Celes, Waldstein. Waldstein takes up his entire side of the ring. He looks intimidating, and the best part is he literally plays as intimidating as he looks. It isn't just for show. He can knock his opponent back and forth against the wall, pick them up and slam them back down, knock them down as they approach. He has a projectile, and they even gave him a quake ability for the new game. It's like playing as a kaiju in a fighting game. Since he is a grappler with a bit of range, you want to keep the opponent away from you. Your defense isn't very good, and with the slow movement, it's tough to get away once they're in your space. Playing patiently and keeping them from advancing is good. Also, zoners who have a longer range will also have an advantage due to the speed. For these reasons, he is number 5 on this list. Number 4, Street Fighter 6, Zangief. Zangief's strategy is simple. Work your way across the ring, get close, and grapple. He has other great attacks like the special move Double Lariat, where he's safe from projectiles, and command normals like Cyclone Wheel Kick and his headbutt. They're not always safe, but there are many options to move forward so he can get in range to grapple. It seems like he does his best when you patiently watch the opponent and take advantage of their mistakes. His throws are powerful, especially the screw pile driver. But he has others too to mix it up. He's gonna have a hard time against zoners, and it involves a lot of patience to work your way across the ring when you're being hammered by a bunch of attacks. From what I can tell, if you put in the work, he's great, but can be frustrating to learn. As far as straight-up wrestlers go, he's top tier, and that's why he's number 4 on this list. Number 3, Killer Instinct, General Ram. For another large grappler, he's actually quite mobile when it comes to his jumping attacks and heavy sweep. He is frightening once he's close. That black cloud of krill is not only a shield, but it surrounds the opponent and does damage over time. He can grab his opponents and then throw them on the ground and stomp on them some more. With his light attacks, he can pop up the opponent for more damage. And as if that wasn't enough, he has an attack where he just stabs them. He's like a horror movie villain with the slow approach to terror incarnate once he's got you in his grasp. Of all the characters here, his speed is obviously slow. He's weak to zoning, and while he is quite hardy and can turn the tide of battle once he's close, it becomes frustrating quickly if you can't make up that distance. Despite his speed, I rated him at number 3. He's just so good up close. Number 2, Skullgirls, Cerebella. A member of the Cirque des Cartes, she has the living weapon vice versa as a hat with giant arms to throw her opponents around. She's very strong with many different grapple options, and her other moves also do great damage. Some of her moves have good range, so she doesn't always have to be on top of the opponent to start inflicting damage. Now, her dash is slower than some of the others, her defenses aren't as good. All around, she is strong, and if she can keep from being overwhelmed by projectiles or push blocked, she's solid. And that's why I've rated her at number 2. Number 1, Tekken 8, King. King has over 100 moves, so there's no way to get a full grasp of his character in a short time, but I didn't want to leave Tekken out. He has some amazing throws. He can chain them, he has ground throws. Honestly, what I found to be the most fun was just setting up ways to get the grapple. Once you're there, you can do amazing damage. He isn't particularly slow, so he doesn't feel sluggish. All in all, it's fun to learn how to set up what you want to do. It's made me want to put more time into learning. His chain throws can be broken, and most people will learn how to do that. What's also nice is feeling like there's even more there that I haven't even started to explore yet. For this reason, he took my number 1 spot. I don't play grapplers much, so it was fun to look at all the different types, and I found out that there were some that I really enjoyed. These games keep making my job of ranking very tough. Anyway, please like, subscribe, comment, especially if I've missed something. I love to learn. Thank you, and take care.